Welcome back, hunters. I'm the SurvivalVis, and we return to our Piccabeen Bay expeditions, where this weekend we're a little bit set back from what I wanted to do this weekend. I was going to try to get us a little waterfowl set up for the Magpie Geese this episode, get that together. However, it is very expensive to actually make a waterfowl setup, because for the Magpie Geese, you need to have a long-range call. Well, this is all from the tutorial that I played of how the Hunter class kind of learned waterfowling a bit. You need the long-range caller to break stuff off from flocks, you need the short-range caller to bring those broken ones off to land, and then you need decoys set up in order to, I guess, just have a spot they're drawn to. Basically, all that is probably... Well, the callers are about at least 2,000 GM, so there's 4,000 that off, and then each decoy is 1,700. So, yeah, I only have the callers and one decoy. We're going to be able to get enough for a second decoy this episode, but I was not expecting it to be that expensive to try waterfowling, given there's so many waterfowl in the game. However, that kind of is what it is, so we're going to try to use this weekend to save up a little bit more GM so I can get that second decoy, and we'll see if anything is possible with that little bit of a setup. So what I'm going to do today, instead of our usual waterway route, I'm going to try... I was going to say, see about going up here, and then down into here, and maybe, like, put a tent right there. You know what? Yeah, actually, that should work. Doesn't look like that's too steep, so maybe we will do that. Should be a good way just kind of break up our usual routes, because that'll be territory we... Oh. Shoot. Well, I guess I show you what I meant, basically, but yeah. We haven't really done a route that's, like, through a lot of the heartland of the map. We've done up along here, just try to get that area, along the river, get to this area. We haven't gone up into here to see what that's like. And the only difference I really have equipment-wise is we're going to be using the regular 10-point crossbow. And the reason for this is just to change it up a little bit, show off that what 3x scope is like, and just see what else we can get. It has all the same ethical as the reverse draw, because it's the same ammo type for it. I just want to take a look through the scope and see, because this, I think, has the range... Yeah, it does have ranging for it, too. I think I should be safe if I slide down that. I just want to see if this actually mentions 10, 20, 30, 40 meters. Oh, really? I'm trying to remember what the other one was for. I thought it was like 20, 40... I feel like the other crossbow, it has a lower zoom, but it was calibrated with, like, further ranging, because I thought that other one was 20, 40, 60, 80. That might be the case, I'm not entirely sure. It almost seems like for a lot of the Hunter Classic, despite the wide range of firearms and that, it mostly comes down to just what's ethical for what, and do you have a personal preference of caliber. Other than that, the firearms don't really have too much difference to them, at least from the bit I've played, but then again, I haven't played a lot, so I can't speak too highly of it. But yeah, it's something, the Hunter Classic, I can understand it's a free-to-play and it has to, like, recuperate its cost somewhere, but, like, for how much it costs to use the GM to set yourself up for some things, you really feel it at times. Well, we'll still go try and see, but I'm guessing I'd prefer not to try spending any money into the Hunter Classic further. So I've been trying to keep, like, this approach of what I've had stored up from years and haven't really bought anything, except for the Halloween event, I think, was the only thing. So, yeah, I don't know if we'll be able to do any waterfowling in any future expedition series, so that might cut into whether I'll go back to Rougarou Bayou or not. Because I was not expecting it to be, like, that expensive for trying to get set up. And the tutorial is kind of silly how it sets you up, too. It gives you, like, the blind, a hunting dog, or a retrieving dog, the long-range caller, the short-range caller, and in your inventory, it's one decoy. But when you put it down, it sets up 24 decoys for you. So it's a bit ridiculous how the tutorial tries to make it out as, oh, we'll just give you these one things to get started. When really, it's we'll see what it's like with just having, like, the 2 decoys I can place down, but I'm not going to have my hopes very high for it. Okay, so far, though, pretty quiet as we're making our way down to the river. We'll just take a little look down and see. Doesn't look like anything much, though. I should try to see. It says that was for meter-wise, so... Okay, yeah, the crossbow might be... Is it really just for 10, 20... Ah, gee, I don't know how well that's going to be, because that means we gotta be very close range with it. The reverse throw, at least, was calibrated for further out. But, you know what? That's why we changed up the roster, or we try to change up the load a bit. See how it feels to use, and if there's anything that really stands out as pretty good, and anything that does not, or kind of falls a bit short. We'll just see how we do. We certainly really haven't had too much of a trouble getting in close with a lot of the animals. Like, last weekend was a prime example of just how close you can get to a lot of things, like the water buffaloes. Even the sambar deer, if they're, like, low-scoring ones. Yeah, we'll cross here, just continue on our way. I'm not really sure what we'd find up here. The only thing I can guess is maybe we'll find more things like the bantang and the sambar deer. Because we've come across plenty of feral hogs, the rusa seem to be pretty common in the south, and the water buffalo, as named kind of intends, they stick pretty heavily to the waterways. No? No, actually, we've got a rusa already. Okay, so you know what? Where is my scent eliminator? Yeah, I don't have the ground blind with us, so we're going to be working using just the scent spray. Okay, so I'll put that down there. And then we'll crouch our way down and head over here. And just see for a little while if that brings anything in. I'm hoping we don't have any more like the buggy rusas. Because it seems like we've had a couple that have been weird for, like, their detection ranges. There was the bug fix one we had to kind of encounter the first episode of the Expedition series. And then even last weekend we ran into one that was a little bit weird. Yeah, it doesn't seem too far out, so I think the scent radius, it should be able to pick that up. I'll just stay crouched and low a moment and see if we can bring it in. There is also a collar for the rusa deer in the store, but not the sambar deer. So that's one thing we need to... If you guys... Oh, well, there are the Magpie Goose, or geese. Yeah, I've got the flock sounds back on. Just add a little bit more life into the map a bit. Yeah, I don't know how that's going to go. We'll try and see. But I do not have high hopes for, like, if the maximum is 24... And we've only got 2 decoys, or will have 2 decoys. I was kind of hoping we would see something movement-wise coming in, but... Nah. Oh. Okay, yeah, we're not sticking around if that's the case. That's one of the problems with scent calling is, or scent lures to me, is you just have to have a lot of faith like the animal actually can pick it up or will go towards it. It almost seems like you have to get a visual first, spray and then kind of get yourself prepared to get, like, intercept them. I should have marked where that call came from, just because we are coming over in this direction. Yeah, I don't know where it's gone off to. It definitely wasn't coming into where we'd sprayed the scent down. I still don't even actually know if that call was from a male or a female Rusa, but I think it might have been a male. Yeah. Oh, actually, I think I got visual right now of... Never mind. I just saw the way the shadows were played. Almost looked like the 4 legs of a deer. Get my hopes up a little too quick, I think. Okay. Yeah, I made a call from somewhere up here. I can't remember if it was up past the next, like, topography line in our mini-map or not. I'll just kind of stay low and slow for a moment and see, just in case it makes any other calls. Okay, yeah, we've got... At least now I can mark where that kind of called from. We'll be able to much more easily hone in on it. Come on, you. There we go. So we'll see about trying to put this crossbow out to the test. I think it's going to be one that's going to heavily rely more on the rangefinder. Because with what it's calibrated for, 40 meters is still pretty close in to get to an animal. Like, even to... Yeah, like, just to that ridge there is... I guess that's a bit of distance still. I don't know. I have a problem with depth perception in this game for whatever reason. I don't know what it is. But I can never seem to quite gauge the distances right. Just always seem to be either a little too far off from what I estimate. I think I just scared something off there. Okay. Well, we got a Rusa. Okay, that's, I think, a female. She's the one that just called. Of course, I can't see because her front is... Come on, spot. Yeah, just a female. Well, shoot. Okay, that's a little bit of a waste of time there. So, we'll just keep going on our way this way. Might actually be best... Maybe I'll stick up along here instead. Like, maybe we'll go for a path this way. And see if we run into anything like more water buffalo or banteng there. Just because if I am going to have to rely on the scent lure, I feel like it's not going to be a very productive episode, but at least we can try trekking to a good spot to set the tent up this weekend. We'll just kind of say that. So this weekend we'll just be trying to earn a little bit of GM to get the other decoy I want. And then we'll be able to have the tent set up for other episodes too. It's gotten pretty quiet, although I guess I shouldn't be too surprised with how hunting on this map usually goes. Unless you're by the river, I think a lot of just like in the bush and that is much more difficult. There's a lot less visibility you have for what's going on. And because you don't have the audio callers to try bringing stuff into you, it's more you gotta go find it, or you gotta have the time and patience to be able to just put down a scent spray and watch it for a while. And of course, that's also something I should try testing or should look up on the wiki, is to see if the scent lures are affected by the wind direction and everything. I think I mentioned... No, it's just that one again. I think I had brought it up in this, actually, like the Piccabeen Bay expeditions before, that perhaps the scent lures actually are affected by wind, so... Okay, I think that's just them flapping right overhead. But if they're affected by wind, that means in certain directions they'll be weaker than they should, or they might not even work in certain directions for trying to get animals in. Not even a single track out this way either. Aside from that one Rusa. Yeah, hopefully as we're getting closer to these little ponds or these little bodies of water, we'll get a little bit more action. Even if we don't hear any calls, we might at least be able to see an animal or even find the tracks of something. Oh. It looks like a male of something. Maybe a sambar? Let me see if I can just get a proper spot on it before it walks out of view. Ah, of course, it wants to. Yeah, spotting is not easy with a low level. I gotta be careful about how active I am and trying to pursue it too, just to see what species this is. Okay, come on. It is a sambar. Oh. And we got a water buffalo. Okay. Now, that's a sambar spray down. And he's kind of bugging up the mountain a little bit. See if he actually turns around. I don't think so. I don't know what the scent spray radius is. I'm going to take a quick read, just see if it actually mentions. No, it doesn't have any mention of what the radius is for, like, how it can be picked up. I don't know if it's only like within 100. Oh! Okay, actually, maybe it did work. So it looks like it's at least 100 meters, I think, from the distance that he was out. Although, I don't actually know if he's coming towards the spray or he's just deciding to come down the mountainside. But we should at least be able to cut him off a bit. Yeah, okay, so he's right over there still. So looks like he's about 30 right now and closing. There we go. That was a nice shot. And our first animal of the weekend, a sambar deer. And a bit more proper of how we want it to go. So it's better to get the visual of what animal you want to use the scent lure for first. And then you can kind of see and follow if it's picked up or not. Yeah, right through both lungs. Not very good reward for him. But I guess that just means he's on to the very smaller end of these guys. He is only, I think, the second sambar male we've ever gotten. But he's still worth a trophy shot, being, again, super early as one of ours. No, and of course I had to nudge him and he went down. Up you go. There we are. Okay. Now, there was, speaking of, water buffalo. Something is very close right here. Oh, is that a sambar doe? Geez, I don't even know where she was. I completely missed her up until that point. Kind of surprised she didn't just suddenly bolt on us, too, with, like, we were basically standing up right beside her. Okay, so we actually made... I wish we could kind of done a little bit more hunting to get stuff done, but at least we made good progress towards where we want to get to for this weekend. I do think if we can get somewhere around here, maybe like that little spot up there, that'll be a great place to put a tent down. Let's see if we can get another water buffalo. It's like just a nice, easy animal to chalk up for another down, or another harvest. Oh, you can tell when it's the first recording session of the day, I just stumble on myself quite a bit. Oh, actually sound like it echoed off the hill a bit there. Gotta admit, the sound design in the game is top-notch. But you kind of need it to be for a hunting game, or like a truly immersive one. So we've had, oh, maybe that was a rooster doe instead of a sambar. But either way, we are getting pretty close to that water buffalo's call. See if maybe we hear another one, and we can easily hone in and take it. As I gotta admit, the water buffalo, with how big those lungs are, as long as you get the height right, Okay, my guess is that was a Rusado that we passed. Yeah, as long as you get the height right for the water buffaloes, they've got such a large lung, it's kind of difficult to miss it. I mean, granted, I have missed it, which does not really speak well for my marksmanship. But at least that should be a vote of confidence for you guys if you are trying to go after them, or they're a new animal you're learning to hunt. They shouldn't be too bad as long as you have an ethical weapon and you're already in the habit of going for, like, the mortal zone, or the vitals. I was kind of hoping we would have gotten another call from it. With being this close to where it was. Well, it looks like this is probably the track it left when it called. So you can probably use this to hone in on it. Yeah, it says it shouldn't be too far out from this. And we do have some track activity now. Okay, so I think they were going off this way, actually. Jeez, almost sounds like the lightning striking the ground. And we're getting tracks, but not... Okay, there's an awful lot of them in this group. I think there's at least 3 given... Yeah, some of these are not, like, highlighting as... Although... we're not too far off from them. So if we just keep on these tracks, we should catch up to them in a little bit here. Then I can always just run the other direction to make up for us double backing. Try to get these. I do just want to mind how close we get. Because again, the water buffalo, they're not the most sensitive to go running off, but they can be provoked, I think, more easily to charging you than a lot of other animals. I think that's one of the reasons the water buffalo are one of the most dangerous animals for a lot of the areas where they live. Like, I think they're second to hippos, or are they more dangerous than hippos? I can't remember. I just do know they are an animal you do not want to mess with. Now we got Rusado tracks. I kind of lost the water buffalo tracks I was on. How far do I want to follow them is the question, though. Yeah, it's already looped me quite a ways from... I haven't heard any calls, haven't seen anything. If they are in a trot... I think I'm going to turn around and keep working in the direction I was originally intending to. I think I will, for the sake of trying to get more done on in these episodes, stick to keeping more to the river, where we have seen the bantang, the water buffalo, a bit more common. No. See, I thought that was a lot closer for, like, how that call came out. You know what? We haven't gone to bantang yet this season, or this expedition series. Maybe we'll try and see. It is a ways back to go, though. Oh, man. I really wish I had more time I could actually do stuff with. Again, a streaming series would probably be great for the Hunter Classic with the time you need to just, like, have stuff happen and go through. But not in the cards right now. Or if it is, we're missing quite a few cards to get up to the hand we need for it. Oh, there you are. I think, at least. Yeah, there's a Banteng, and it's... looks like it's coming our way. Can't tell if it's a male or a female, though. And despite being... okay, I think that's a male. I see another one further up along the water, too. Let's just see where he's going to go. Because I don't know if he's coming across to here, or he's trying to figure out a way to get to the other side, and it's just how the AI sort of works. Or tries to work. As we've seen, it doesn't always work in this game. Yeah, we'll try to get onto this side of the hill, spot and see where it is, and try to get a nice shot just quickly to put it down. And I doubt the Banteng has the same, like, size of, like, lungs that the water buffalo have, so I'll need to treat these one probably more like just a general deer species. And try aiming just at the shoulder or just above it. Why can I not go further? There we go. Okay, now where to... oh, okay, so he's still about the same area. Unfortunately... yeah, he's going along the waterway. He's too far out for crossbow right now. Let's just see if we can get lucky, and maybe he'll get stuck on the water's edge for a little bit. Oh, actually, that one might be a better one right there. If the spotting scope... oh, and there's another... and a nice water buffalo. Yeah, it really feels like there's... there we go. Instantly put down. And well, the water buffalo didn't get spooked. Oh, and... God, there really is a reason... not a reason to, like, avoid the river. Like, water buffalo right there. I think the one over there is the far... oh yeah, that's definitely the far better of the options. I doubt we'll be able to bring it back towards us. We'll just grab this Banteng and end the episode off. And then keep working more towards that, like, middle-ish area of the map. So let's see how you score. I haven't gotten too many Bantengs, so it's hard to see how good of a looker you are. Oh, actually, massive lung on them, too. And 33. Not too shabby. Oh, and a mission completed. So that's actually probably enough GM for... that other decoy, so mission accomplished already for that. See if we can pull your head just a little bit above the water, bud. There we go. Yeah, that's a good picture. We'll keep that. And yeah, so... only 2 animals for this episode, but again, this is kind of the trekking thing, and we met the main goal of getting the GM I need for that other decoy. So we're going to leave this episode of the Hunter Classics Piccabeen Bay Expeditions right here. Thank you guys so much for joining me on this episode of the series. If you did like the video, be sure to give it a like, and if you have any comments, tips, or tricks, just in the comments right down below. And until I see you in the next video, Hunters and Survivors, please remember, as always, to take care stay alive, and happy hunting.